Hi.
Hola.
Hola, Kirsten, Channing, how you doing?
Good, man. How are you?
Good, thank you. Thank you for your time. So, what was the first thought that you had when you learned about the story of Jeffrey Manchester, the roofman?
I mean, I read it. I don't. You might have read it before me. I'm not sure, but
The script?
yeah.
No way.
I don't.
You
Yeah.
were attached to the movie.
Was I? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I had taken a long walk with Derek in a park, and he didn't mention one single thing about this. And then 9 months later, I hadn't heard anything, and then he sent me a script and said he wrote it for me. And I was like, okay, well, you could have mentioned that to me on the walk, but I'm just excited to read this because I'm going to say yes, whatever it is. And then as I'm reading this thing, it just seemed like it couldn't be real. But I know Derek, and I know the movies that he makes, and I was like, this has to be real. And then we took another long walk, and he just walked me through like how he met all these people that knew Jeff and went through, all these experiences with him. And I don't know. I had some sort of connection to Jeff on a lot of I think emotional levels. I obviously haven't lived the life that he's lived, and
I was just so unbelievably excited and blessed to get to play him.
And the story, which is funny to some extent, right? The guy that is robbing McDonald's and lives for months in a Toys R Us, but it also shows like a huge problem. We have someone that is coming back from war, cannot provide for his family. How would you describe? And I understand that you have talked to him. How would you describe him? And also for you, Kirsten, your character Lee falls for Jeffrey. What was the challenge for you, like building this character?
I never look at things as a challenge. It's more of an exploration of myself and this person. And for me, getting to know about Lee, she has so much compassion towards what happened between them and still loves him. And so I really love that she was she forgave him, and that's so beautiful to me is that grace she had towards him and what happened and still loves him.
Yeah, and to answer your question about soldiers coming back and kind of being a little aimless and not being able to find their place in like civilian life, it's definitely an issue. I have a lot of ex-military friends, and it always does kind of come up in a way, and it's always usually based around worth, like being valued. They can come out of whatever job that they had in the service, and then they'll get a job in some corporate, company or any company really, and they're kind of replaceable. It almost doesn't. If they show up for work, great. If they don't show up for work, they'll just find somebody else. And that's not how the military works. Every person is essential. And I think when you get out of that essential system, you kind of start to question your value. And I think, Jeff really did. I think he questioned his value when he couldn't provide the things that his family or his daughter wanted. And I think it, can drive you to make some very, very drastic and bad decisions like, Jeff did. And look, he's a little crazy. He's kind of got a beautiful mind, but he's definitely a guy that, Derek would always say if there was an ant, he would kill it with a sledgehammer. He just sort of does things a little extreme.
Too much.
Yeah, a little too much. Just a little.
Yeah, I don't know if you could last in a Toys R Us for that long, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
it's in eminence.
Yeah, exactly. I know. Jeff and I talked a lot about all the stuff he did in that Toys R Us. I mean, there's a lot of things that's not in the movie. Let's just say that we some of them we shot and some of them we didn't. But yeah, he had a long time, 6 months of a good time in that toy store that we couldn't put it all in the movie.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.